Did Brad Stevens confirm that we are going to get a return of Jayson Tatum this season?
Okay.
He was asked about Jayson Tatum and his recovery. He said, the classic, we don't have a timetable, but we are impressed by how he is improving every single day. But this part of what he responded piqued my interest. Here's what he had to say.
We're not putting a timeline on it, as we haven't the whole time. I mean, I think that one of the things that everybody can see is we didn't apply for a DPE this year, which was, a conscious decision for a lot of reasons. But the reality is he's not going to be back until he's 110% healthy, and he feels good about it. And that's a big part of it, right? Obviously, he's itching to play. Obviously, he hates watching, but he's also, I don't want to speak for him, but very cognizant of the need to meet every threshold and why there are those things that are put in place.
All right.
So for him to make sure that everybody is well aware that they did not apply for a DPE tells me that they are confident that maybe we're not going to get Jayson Tatum in January or February, but you are going to get him at some point this season.
What do you think their assessment of the Celtics season so far is? Brad Stevens, ownership, Joe Mazzulla. Do you think that they have overperformed with Jaylen Brown as the guy?
I mean, you could say, what else is Brad Stevens going to say? But in that same press conference where he talked to media, he basically said that he was impressed with how the guys have been performing this season without
what do you
Tatum.
think they really think?
I think that they're okay. They're okay with it. I don't think that they've blown them out of the park, but I think that overall,
I think they're like, wow, the Eastern Conference isn't as good as we thought it might have been, and we're in the mix like everybody else, right? When you think of the Eastern Conference, you think of you've seen this. The Detroit Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference, sitting there at 21-5. You played them twice, you beat them, and then you split with them. But that was a game that you should have been able to win. A couple days ago, where we watched that basketball game. Then you got the New York Knicks, and then you got the Toronto Raptors, and you and the Toronto Raptors are basically neck and neck at the third seed. You don't think they're probably sitting there going, oh, wait a second. All right, we're competitive with what we have right now.
Right, we're in it. We get Jayson Tatum back.
Ooh,
and then we got a good chance to win it.
Not only do we get Jayson Tatum back, but maybe we make a few moves before the trade deadline because we know Tatum's coming back. And so that adds to – because the trade deadline, I want to say, is like the second week in February. I have to double check on it. And if a timeline for Tatum is, I don't know, end of January,